Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning. So how are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Been trading London. Pretty good last night, or my nighttime. Other people's mornings, I know. Had some good action on gold, and I've been practicing futures trading on the volumetric platform on like oil and some of the financial indexes. So a good past 6 or 8 hours or so. Got pretty familiar with the futures trading with FunderPro the last couple days.
Nice, nice. I
Yeah.
Have you've taken other trades on your challenge account so far?
Yeah, I already lost everything I earned on Friday on futures.
Yeah. I
But I liked that I made something on Friday because it gave me some numbers, some dollars to play around with.
mm-hmm.
Learning some of the muscle that's in the futures prices and the micros, the minis.
Mm-hmm.
Got familiar with that. Familiarized myself with the instruments FunderPro's offering through the different exchanges.
Yeah.
Chicago, New York, Commodities Exchange, all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I went ahead and purchased a small bundle just for the remainder of January, so I can get a flavor for what I might like to trade. That way, I have the CME, the COMEX, New York Exchange, and the CBOT, the Chicago Board of Trade. So I have that little package.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it's allowed me to trade oil finally. Um, it's allowed me to, yeah, experiment with the
Yeah,
E-mini
because
gold
we
and the
talked
micro
about
gold.
the oil and some certain things with the spread, so that's cool. You got to
Yeah.
you're able to take a look at some of those things now.
What about you? Have you done anything different on the futures platform?
I have not. So the one day I had like the $1,600 day, which was above the profit target. I'm sorry, the consistency rule. The profit target's $3,000, but you have to stay. I think they have the 45% consistency rule. And so that day was a little above. So yesterday I actually uh got my account balance up to like $3,000 with I had an open position on. But I
Oh
wanted
wow.
it to get to like 3,200 to hopefully get me like within the consistency rule or at least get me closer. And it ended up pulling back on me.
Uh
Um and then I think I was still green on the day by a few $100. I think I took maybe one more trade and ended up like up just like a real little bit. So I'm up almost $2,000. So I still have like $1,200 to go, $1,300 to go on my challenge. Been trading a little bit. I traded some options yesterday. I actually talked about we were on stream. I know there's a little bit different than the futures and forex that we normally talk about. But I took a Tesla trade on. We didn't stream Monday because of it was Martin Luther King Day. The stock market was closed. It was a shorter day, and my Tesla trade worked out exactly how I mentioned on stream. Hit my profit target. Was a great trade for me. And I traded some Nvidia call options yesterday too. I actually swung a couple of them, so they should open up pretty decent. So,
nice.
but yeah, so we're still trucking away. I would love to be able to pass the Funder Pro futures account on stream today, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We're currently getting a gap up across the indexes. I'm getting a little pullback now across the board. YM was strong yesterday. It led the way in the indexes, also known as US 30. And it's strong pre-market here, but not quite as strong. NQ and ES a little stronger pre-market today. RTY, the small cap index, is the weakest of the indexes. If you're now that we have the futures trading, RTY does become something that we can talk about a little bit more because it is in play. No giveaways, guys. Today you can see that we're currently running a promotion for no activation fee on any futures challenge account that you purchased in the month of January. So we have another, I don't know, about a week or so here to go in the month. So any challenge account that you pass, that will not have an activation fee. So you can, if you go to FunderProFutures.com and check out the different account sizes, you'll see that they're pretty affordable. The 50K account is only $79 for 50K. And if you want the 200K account, it's only $299. So for a 200K account, it's under $300, and which is a great deal. So no activation fee. You can copy trade up to 5 of those, so to $1 million in capital. And so you could potentially get funded with $1 million in trading capital for under $1,500 if you passed 5-year accounts that you copy traded. We've talked about this before, but there's the trade copier in the top right hand corner of Volumetrica here, and you can link your accounts up and copy trade 5 of them. So take advantage of that deal while it is here. It'll save you the activation fee. I think is like $120 or $130. So yeah, it's a great deal. Take advantage of it while we have it. It's better than any discount that we'll probably ever offer. It's a great deal. So. So there are going to be some giveaways for the month of February. They're going to go live on our social media accounts. For those of you that are asking, on our X account, and I think if you join Discord, there should be in the YouTube description a link for our Forex Discord and our Futures Discord. There's 2 separate Discords. I think we'll be doing giveaways in both of those. So make sure you guys stay on the lookout for those. Those posts should be coming out here in the next week or so for the February giveaway. Brian, I haven't taken any futures trades pre-market. Do you have any trades that you want to show anybody that you've taken this morning? Or overnight, I should say, I guess. Or, well, I don't know which way. Overnight, or either this morning or overnight, I guess, either one.
No, I sure don't. Not for futures.
Even Forex too. I didn't know if you had any gold trades or anything you took.
Yeah. Forex has been pretty simple, but I mean, the chart for, take gold for example, I was tracking it with the futures for which one was it? MGC, so micro gold, and charts are very, very similar, of course, 99% the same. But was dabbling in the futures a little bit just to get my feet wet, understand contract size for tick value, tick size, that sort of thing. So I did go dually on Forex and futures a little bit, but nothing to brag about on the future side, because I would jump out more quickly on Forex over here. Simple trending, man. I believe, yeah, it's just this almost looks fake. The way the charts worked in London for gold. This looks textbook, doesn't it? Look at that.
It does. It really does. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so crazy. So let's see. This is when my day started. I was watching. So I entered my computer about right here on this big red candle.
Okay.
And I have a thing. I really don't like to go in until the moment London opens up. And when it did, I waited for some confirmation. Where was it? So it was right here. Yeah, this was my candle. I think I took this candle here. So I was basically watching this line like that. So I had an entry point, just super textbook classic, and took that guy up here. And I was actually using that 200K account that I have that was in drawdown that I was talking about last week. If you recall, I was like half of 1% from breaching the whole account.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I mean that's half of 1% from failing the account. And I saw that waterfall happen last week, so that got it out of the sweat and tear zone for me. Then I capitalized a little bit on Tuesday yesterday, but then last night I added to it. So I've been adding to the account. I also took this one. You know, I took some of that short. I then took a dabble of this long. I mean, it looks like I drew the candles. It's so basic. But the cool thing is, let's see, this account is at 197 right now. So this was at like what was it? Whatever, like half of 1% from breaching is on 200. 188, 187, something like that. I can't remember what it was. It was pretty low last week. So it's gone up about 10,000.
Yeah, I remember you saying that you were close to your max drawdown there.
Yeah. So I'm taking very safe bets on this account just to get it back to the break even of 200. Then I'll probably go start increasing lot sizes more heavy. That's about it, man. Classic trend line tracking here. I even knew it when you're in the middle of it. You know, you're thinking, all right, savor this flavor again, because this isn't gonna happen 2 days in a row. You know.
Yeah,
And
you
as a
get
matter
the
of fact,
action.
yeah, as a matter of fact, it soon popped. You know, and this back and forth whipsawing. I mean,
Market, New York getting ready to open here in about 10 seconds.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
I have my NQ levels that I'm watching. We're opening up in between 21,888 and 21,992. So we got I don't know, what is that, 100 and some points, 100 and a few points in between levels. So I will be watching either for a pullback here that can test 21,888.50 and see how we react from there. Or if not, if we don't make it down there, but we continue to trade above the opening print, I will consider using the opening print holds as a potential long entry as well. When NVIDIA calls, I bought yesterday for $172. We're up to $535. Nice swing trade for me there. I think NVIDIA can see new all-time highs this week. We got a big rip out of NQ right now. Really strong bar. Although the other indexes not showing the strength. NQ all the way up to 21,955 already. Yeah, Brian, my Tesla calls, I think it was last Friday when we were on.
Yeah.
I think I got them at 250, so $250, and they went. I sold them for 900.
Oh.
The Nvidia calls just hit $640. New highs on the day. NQ still ripping.
Okay.
A lot of
I'm looking for a break on gold here.
We had the inauguration that took place on Sunday night, which there was something that came out about tariffs. Market NQ saw a 300-point dump candle in like 5 minutes. Already got that the crazy Trump market in effect. But he did sign some executive orders that are pro AI. So I think a lot of some of the AI names have been strong the last couple of days, which obviously Nvidia being one of them. Which I think is also leading towards NQ having its strength. Apple and Tesla were two red stocks yesterday, while the rest of the market was all pretty green. No entries for me on futures yet. You watching anything on gold, Brian?
I'm watching gold on futures and Forex. It's very similar to early London session right now, where gold is trying to push a possible breakout, a breakdown this time. Early London, it was a break up. But I'm tracking that on the micro gold futures and Forex. Something else I experimented with recently was the mobile app for FunderPro's futures for volumetric trading.
Oh yeah, I haven't used it yet. What do you think?
It needs some improvements. It gets
Yeah.
the job done. But I personally, I don't like to take trades from mobiles, but I will monitor a current trade.
I like to use it to manage a trade. Like if I'm holding some runners or something and I have to run out and do something real quick, I want to let it work.
Yeah. I really hate walking away from my chart when I'm in a trade, and that even if I go make a lunch, or a coffee, I want that. I flip to mobile, go do that, come back, put the mobile back down on the desk, I'm back on the computer. The Volumetrica mobile app, it's fair. It needs some growth in the screen sizing. It's the best way I could say it.
So the chart on the screen, you mean?
Yeah, I'm not going to speak poorly of it really because I haven't ruled out if it's an issue with my phone.
Okay.
Probably not. But yeah, I just like the price lines were chopped. I couldn't figure out, well, why is it doing that? So I thought, well, maybe I just need to flip my phone horizontal, vertical versus horizontal, back and forth. That did not fix it. So it enlarges, and then I couldn't reduce the size back down, so I ended up with giant candles. However, like I said, for monitoring, it's fine. Just got to get a little acquainted with it, probably.
To answer this question, can I open 4 timeframes in FunderPro Forex trade locker currently in demo account? Not that we're aware of. We talked about this, I think, last week a little bit. But I don't think you can yet. I think it's a feature that they'll probably add, but I'm not sure how to do it if you can.
Browsers. Use the browser version and open up several.
Let me try a small. NQ entry here soon. But I don't know. Nothing's really the setup I love. But at this point, I think we may go tag that upper level. I'm going to take. I'm going to stop under this 2-minute low. Wish my drawing showed up on all the different time frames. I gotta learn a little bit more about the platform myself.
So I recalled Monday being a little bit odd for trading. I know New York was closed, but trading the London session,
Yeah,
was decent. I mean, there was some activity. There was some trading ability going on for me.
I took one
Definitely,
small NQ trade.
you did
I
early.
think I was up like $300. I ended up closing it for like $90 profit or something on the day.
But you were in it. Were you in it early in the day?
It was probably maybe 10 a.m. or something.
Your time, okay.
Yeah. So it was like a half an hour into the New York session, maybe. But
Mhm.
yeah, NQ
That
futures. I mean, they trended up to a certain point, and then they kind
mhm.
of faded it, but they pretty much closed flat on the day, I think.
I think that's about when I stopped trading. You definitely on my charts, I could detect that something's about to happen. Like it just started, gold started chopping, going sideways, and you're thinking, well, there's an inauguration going to happen in about 2 hours, 3 hours. So I
Mm-hmm.
bailed and I pretty much said that's it for me for the day.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing worth mentioning is news events. There's no news events really too major Monday, today, or tomorrow. Unemployment claims Thursday. We have PMI on Friday.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a slower week in that on that front.
So wait a second. What's today's date? My days are so messed up right now.
Today
So
is January 22nd.
right, so I said that incorrectly. So the last few days have been no major news. I acted like today was Tuesday.
I liked the way that the 5-minute closed. I thought we were going to get a push up into 21,992. Currently not loving the failure we're seeing though. Other indexes all pretty weak. Thinking NQ is probably going to at least come back down to its opening print here, but we'll see. See if this area can hold where it's been battling. But ES, YM, and RTY all trading underneath their New York opening print. Trying to ruin the NASDAQ party.
Scrooge is bullish on your
Yeah, I
NAS.
mean, I am too. I just don't. We'll see if if we how long we digest the gap up that we got. NQ currently up 1%, 230 points or so on the day. So it wouldn't surprise me if we kind of digest the gap a little bit. Nvidia pulled back to its opening print, but it's back at its highs on the day. Apple stabbed below yesterday's low, but has rallied from there. Meta with a gap up, but weak open so far. Netflix reported good earnings. They were up big after hours, but so far is fading the New York Open. Looks like NQ trying to hold this area still. Yes, trying to hold its low on the day. A small trim set at 21,990 if we can get this pop. A little bit more than I have about 30 points of risk on here, and it's about a 35-point trim. So just a hair over 1-to-1 R on a small trim if we get there. ES starting to rally from its lows makes me think that we can get there. I think we definitely can. Ooh, my Nvidia Collins just hit $7, 177 to 700. Go baby, go! I think Nvidia can see new. I think I already said this, but new all-time highs this week. Trying to hold these well if I can. I only have 2 of them. I had 4. Yeah, I trimmed. I had 4 yesterday. I sold 2 of these for like 100%, and I have the other 2 that are up a couple 100% right now. I don't know exactly whatever 177 to 7 is. 740 now, baby. Let's go.
If gold is going to be a good short, right now is a good price. It's doing a little pullback. If that pullback will bounce, it's going to be a good short if it breaks.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry to interrupt you, Brian. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying gold is borderline a good go short price.
My computer's doing the thing where if I don't have my chart like actively up and I'm looking at something else, it's like not loading the candles and on the StreamYard playback. It looks like. Are you Scrooge? Are you asking Brian that about the time frame?
Yeah, I went ahead and went into a short on futures.
Oh, Naz wanted to give it to me, but we're failing the intraday highs here. Come on, baby.
But yeah, Scrooge, I'm on the 5-minute time frame right now. I'm tracking a trend that's a downtrend that's passing through a 4-hour key level. It's right now it is south of that key level. Switch over to my screen there, Tyler, and I'll show him what I'm talking about. So So we have this trend line that I'm tracking. Price passed through this 4-hour key level. It's currently either going to bounce off this trend line or it's going to pop up and make a decision at that key level. So I'm right currently now on the 5-minute chart. I'm using a potential bounce off this trend line or a bounce off the bottom of this key level. I'm in a short on futures at the moment. I'll go into a short here on Forex. I think I'm going to wait it out on the Forex because I'm going to probably go in heavier than futures. My futures isn't worth showing right now because I'm just put a toe in the water. But I seriously think that gold is just doing a fake out at the moment. We shall see, and I will just follow the harmony of the market. Okay, this is ridiculous. Gold's my choice because I simply have more practice on it. I've been studying the gold charts for a good year now, and I've been trading on it pretty solid for the last 10 months, 9 months. So I understand its movements better than I understand other instruments. If I use other instruments, then I'm purely using candlestick patterns, candlestick recognition, and I'm not able to be as subjective as I am with gold. So I flattened my futures trade on gold. And now this is potentially going to do a bounce like I was talking about. It's going to go one way or the other.
I just got my trim off on NQ. We just tagged that upper level at 21,992.
What is gold going to do?
I tried some SPY options too, which would basically be a ES trade, ES long, if it was on futures.
So gold has really been doing a miserable back and forth, up down sort of ranging for the last 2 hours.
Playing the range or what?
Not playing the range, just wanting it to get out of the range so I can get back into trading.
Yeah. The next NQ level above, if we're going to continue to trend, is at 2247. About another 50 points up above. ES has some more room if she wants to get going. Still battling its opening print, while NQ starts to reject a little bit from its upper level.
See, now my finger is sitting over the buy button for gold. I don't know if you ever do that, but I think if you put every indicator on the screen right now, gold would be like half of the indicators would be saying sell, half would be saying buy. It is in the middle.
Yeah, because of the range, yeah.
Yeah. On a subjective level, it is at a key level of mine, just flirting with it. And as soon as the general population makes a decision, I will follow. I don't want to be a trendsetter, though.
Yeah, you don't got to get in early, right? You don't got to be the first one in. Give me at least 150 today in the video. That would be awesome.
Yes, Scrooge, I trade gold in London, the full London session from open to close. That gets me the New York overlap. If I continue to trade it after London close, then I'm going in with lower volume, lower lot size. You're a trendsetter. On the 1 hour, gold is doing what? Don't usually go back to these other time frames during my trade executions, but I do use them for my key level analysis. So gold looks like an exhausted uptrend, bullish on the 1 hour. I don't think I would fully trust it on the 1 hour chart to continue upwards, but on a 5-minute intraday trading, I can see it go either way.
NQ and ES both popping to new highs in this candle, in that last 5-minute candle. RTY above its opening print. YM coming into its opening print right now.
My gold chart did a little bit of a gap.
Ashton, good morning, brother. Happy hump day. Sorry, guys, I haven't been very talkative today. I've been locked in on the charts. I got a few trades going on. Trending, bit of a trending market. Trying to make sure I'm managing everything all right here. $300 away from the 3K target on futures. We can get that pop up into 2247. I think I'll get there.
Okay. I'm going to sprain my neck because I'm going from left to right, chart right to left.
Let's go, baby. Let's keep the pump fest going. Don't fail on me now. Can you take me higher? Scrooge said, Tyler Bryan, again, I'd like to thank you guys, man. This day-to-day conversation has helped me gain consistent profits. Big up to FunderPro community. Love to hear that, Scrooge. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. That's what we love to hear 100%. It's awesome. You've been crushing it with your trading as well, dude. Keep it up. Keep it up. RTY getting a bit of a failure. YM came right into his opening print. Currently getting a little rejection. ESNQ with a little 2-minute pullback, but currently putting in a wick on that bar, trying to stay strong.
Okay, so this here is a break point of gold potentially again. Let's see, matches up to this line right there. So if it breaks that line, I will go into a few positions on a short. But I want to see that candle close on the 5-minute. Look at that. Everybody's thinking what I'm thinking. That candle is jumpy now.
Mm-hmm.
What you gonna do, gold? Can you hear the cop song? Bad boys.
Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
That's a short.
Justin Bach, how's it going, brother?
Let's put in some lots on this one. Put in 3 lots on those 3 positions. There we go. God, it's moving too fast. I don't like that, but
You're in gold shorts?
yeah. So let's see what this does.
Nice, nice. We need another. Give me another 20 points on the MNQ longs. Hit this target. Give it to me, baby.
Lots going on with gold right now. Lots going on from different perspectives, because it is also touching an uptrend. There's so many ways to slice gold up right now. So with that said, I mention it because I'm keeping a really tight manual short stop on this short. I will flatten out real fast if it tries to go above that white line I just drew. Matter of fact, on my Forex, I will just keep that screen open. And I will take a calm short on my futures. Small amount there. Come on, gold. What are you afraid of? Hey, Justin. Justin's visiting us again.
Yeah, I saw that.
Somebody call his boss and let him know what the boss Justin's not working at the moment.
Oh no, what is this pullback? This is not what we want. Hold the fort.
Justin, go all in on gold right now.
Trump tweeting something. What the heck's going on here? Somebody get him off of Twitter.
So when Justin and I were going through a mentor program together, I would always tease him and say, "Hey, go all in, and then let me know what happens."
I like, wow, that was a ugly spike. If we can erase this spike. Do we have news? Oh, 10. There must have been some sort of news at 10. I don't think there's anything restricted, but
Oh, okay. You're here legally. Full margin. Are you actually in a trade, Justin? Are you going short on gold? Gold's gonna like rip up and just make me stop out. I know it.
come on, baby. We got that spike. Now let's erase it. ES has already pretty much erased it. NQ not quite.
Oh, I'll keep that open. So again, this is that 200K challenge that I would really like to see it come back out of drawdown. And I'm in enough lot size right now where if it did go short and when it went about 50 pips in gold, it would probably get me halfway further, about 1,500. If it did 100 pips, I'd probably be break even and out of drawdown. See, Tyler, when you trade an instrument over and over and over again, you start learning a mental number in your head of what size do I want to trade? Where does it need to go for me to get to a certain dollar amount?
Yep.
Without
you just get a feel for your risk and stuff where you don't necessarily have to take the time to maybe like think about it. It allows you to make decisions quicker, I think, because you're just familiar with it.
Yeah, Justin, you can jet set here to the US. Justin's in South Africa, I believe. Come on, go.
Come in. No, so the way the futures accounts work is they are priced a little bit, I would say they're more affordable, or they're just a little bit cheaper than the Forex accounts typically are. And then if you fail your account, it costs you less money up front. But if you pass your futures challenge account, you then have to pay an activation fee to go from the challenge to the funded account. So any account you purchase in January, if you pass it, and you can pass it in February, that's fine. But any account you purchase in January, if you pass it, then there's no activation fee, which is around $120, I believe, once you pass one of the futures accounts. One other thing to note on that is, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah. So if you would purchase the account in January, but then fail it in February, you would say you did a reset after that. I believe you would still have to pay the activation fee. But if you don't fail the account, as long as you don't fail the account, it doesn't matter if it takes you until February to pass the account. There's no activation fee. But once you fail it, that would go away. All right, there's a little 2-minute high or low on NQ. Just give me a little pop to new highs, and let's pass this Funder Pro Futures Challenge. I wonder if anybody's passed one yet. I would love to be the first one. Been a few days since we've been live now. I don't know if anybody's passed one or not. Come on, just give me new highs. Just a little pop. Just a little pop, pop, pop. 2247. And your boy goes home happy. Spy long's working out. Still holding my NVIDIA. They hit 765. They're back. They're right around 7 right now.
Gold,
Up about
pushing.
$200 on my SPY 0 DTEs. Gonna trim those soon since they're 0 DTEs.
Look at this point of interest here. It's crazy. This is where in London, I did really good earlier today. And it's on the same exact point of interest as right now.
I tell you what, Brian, we're finding our groove. You short gold while I long NQ, and we both seem to make money. We've been on a heater the last few streams, man.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm gonna have to start streaming every day if we keep winning together.
Well, and it goes back to something we said when we started the stream a few months ago, right? And I think we've reiterated a little bit that trading in front of an audience live puts on a different type of psychology. And personally, for me, I've been breaking in slowly, so I wouldn't do any trades hastily in front of people, hastily, you know. And I don't want to trade just to trade for show.
Yeah.
So I think, a groove. I think we literally are. I know for sure. I can speak for myself and say, it doesn't hold me back now. And before, you have to admit, the first,
definitely, it's a whole different thing.
There wasn't a lot of opportunities to trade.
Just every trade decision that you're making essentially in front of an audience who could or could not, judge you or disagree with you or maybe sway your opinion one way or the other. And it's a whole different thing, 100%. You have to kind of just be willing to kind of ignore that noise a little bit and try to do what you typically would do. Remaining strong here, remaining strong. We just need a pop, just a few points for me, baby. YM back above its opening print. RTY staying pretty weak. It's underneath its opening print. It's actually red on the day. It's down 0.34% in comparison to something like NQ, which is up 1.5%. Almost. That's a new pop high for NQ.
Well, I don't know, Justin and Scrooge. Look at gold now. I wanted it to do a solid pop, but it's surely testing people's patience. This green candle is going up there and trying to get people's stop losses for sure. No, totally, Andrew. I could see gold be a buy as well. It is definitely at a pivot point. I just, from a fundamental standpoint, with the USD sort of pumping, I think gold could be exiting as a safe haven temporarily. So other than the proper charting, I see a little bit of that dabble of fundamental analysis come into play. If gold breaks that point of interest line I drew, then I'm out. I won't reverse my trade. I'll look for an entry point going long. That could happen within minutes or hours. But let's see what happens. In case gold goes south, I took a short on futures while that green candlestick was at its peak, trying to get a good price on a short.
On gold futures?
Yeah, gold futures. It's producing the same candlesticks right now, so had a good sell price there.
I've once again gotten to where I could exit and make my $3,000 profit target, but I'm trying to get a little bit over, so that $1,600 day doesn't do me in, which is fine. I mean, if I would take another day and trade, that's fine. Obviously, I would love to get it past today.
So with what gold is doing at the moment, anybody watching, this is why I have a timer on my charts right underneath my price. This is a perfect example. The candlestick is currently bouncing off that point of interest, but it's a solid rejection right now. But I won't buy into it as being a rejection candle until that timer hits 0 on the 5-minute chart. And sometimes that's the worst wait you have to do as a day trader, Tyler, right?
What's that?
Waiting on a closure of a candle.
Oh, yeah. Which candle closures are huge because, like, you'll get a lot of volume will spike in toward, a 5-minute candle towards the close or whatever time frame it may be, where you'll get a lot of volume towards the end of the candle. And if you don't wait for closes, sometimes that it can be very frustrating. But definitely waiting for closes if you can is the way to do it.
Yeah. And if it goes bad for you, at least you can blame it on something solid.
Yeah.
But seriously, I hate blaming myself when I'm too subjective in a trade. Like,
Mhm.
oh, I shouldn't have done this. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. If you have a common ground denominator of why you make your decision, then you can exercise probability correctly. But if your subjectiveness is all over the map, then your probability doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I know you know that. I'm just thinking out loud for people.
Mhm. Yeah, sorry. I'm like 10 more points NQ. Like watching it with a
Yeah. Justin's right. Yeah, you could be taking stomach acid pills or something like while you're waiting on that candlestick. Alka-Seltzer. I don't know what they have over where you live, Justin. Alka-Seltzer for day traders. Pepsid for day traders.
So close, baby, so close. You know you want it. We call it the white medicine over here.
Come on, gold. It can get past 2751 on Forex. That'd be about 2762 in futures. There it go. Come on.
Come on. Just give me a little bit push higher. YM now coming into its pre-market highs with a nice strong push above the opening print. ES still strong, pushing the new highs. NQ has slowed down a little bit, but it has been the strongest one of the indexes today. ES is up 0.7% to NQ's 1.47%.
Justin asked, what's my take profit level? I don't have one right now, Justin. I haven't been using those take profit levels that we learned together. I'll usually partial out some when gold hits about 50 pips, 40 to 50 pips. Gold's going back up again to test that line. So what I'm doing lately is the reason I've been using trend lines with my key levels is so that I can let the market decide when I'm fully exiting a trade. If price gets too far from that trend line, then I start partialing out pretty heavy. I'll keep a runner. If it breaks that trend line on the reverse, then I'm out. And otherwise, I've learned that quite often gold will hit those trend lines and just keep continuing for 10 more minutes with another couple hours or whatnot, and it allows me to stay in that trade much longer than the way I used to do my take profit levels. So I guess you could say the trend line is sort of it's kind of like a stop loss for me and a take profit gauge. So if gold were to come down this way, I would start taking profit down in there because it extended so far from that trend line. If it starts to bounce up, I'll wait for it to come off that. And then if it passes it, then I basically have a mental trailing stop loss all through here, just above that trend line. Okay, Andrew, if this thing goes long on gold, hopefully you didn't get stopped out when it was going down a while ago. I have to remember I'm in a short on futures as well.
I know that's when you start doing like multiple, it becomes like a lot to balance. That's like why I'm over here try to make sure I'm not missing anything. And I did the math. I think I might need to get up to like $3,600, which is a little more than I thought.
Gold is trying to respect that white resistance line. You see Justin's comments?
No, I'm looking at a sec. And Q doesn't want to give me the little extra pop I need.
Come on, gold. It's like we're watching a game right now. That's what this is like. So right now I would call this a non-producer. Another reason to exit the market. Whether you miss out on a profit or you miss out on a loss, sometimes that's the way to go. So let's see. We're at 152.5. Or not 752. 52, 53. So
really not going to give it to me, are you, Q baby?
All right. Gold, what are you going to do? It also has this other area right there. Giving it some wiggle room. Always give it some wiggle room.
Gotta be sized correctly so you can.
That's true.
Okay, all right. That's a nice little base on the 2-minute. Now pop to 22.47. You can do it.
All right, so make up your mind.
That's not doing it. Decisions. We put our high in for the day. We're just gonna go sideways for a little bit before we go higher.
Trader Joe, I don't have limited trade counts necessarily, but I'll exit the market fully if I think it's ranging and has no more opportunity, but I don't just walk away from the market if I have made a couple losses. I believe fully that you can try to trade in harmony with the market as long as you're not going against it. See, I'm about to exit this trade. I'm getting tired of this short. I'm watching on the pip values, and it's hitting a range of pips that I don't like to take a loss on. I'll stop out, and then it will immediately turn south, wanting me to re-enter my short, and I won't do it. I'll say, the hell with you, gold.
See if that little spike lowers what NQ needed for the new highs.
The weather here is cold, Justin. We had a winter polar miniature vortex practically sweep through the U.S. the last couple days.
Trader, yeah, I'll do like a dollar amount. I don't necessarily have a number of trades I'll take per day. And I do like I'll keep on my cash account or my futures like funded account. I'll keep like a dollar amount that I'm willing to lose and call it a day at that point. Also, once I'm up like a certain amount that like I'm happy with, if I'm going to keep trading, I don't ever like to give back more than 50% of that. So if I give back 50% of the amount that I'm up that I was happy with, then I got to walk away at that point. But I think having rules in place that are like hard rules that you stick to are definitely important personally. Like having a dollar amount that you're you're okay with losing, and then forcing yourself to walk away and not chase that dollar amount to make it back if you hit it is one of the hardest things to do in trading. But I think it's one of the most important things to do to avoid digging yourself a big hole. We've talked about like the trader math on here before, like the bigger you dig the hole, the bigger the loss, the more percentage you have to make to get back to break even. It like compounds exponentially. The worse the loss is.
Especially in Forex with spreads and fees and just so much to account for.
Yeah. Oh, I thought that 2-minute little spike lower was going to give it to us on NQ, and it still might. It still might, but we're just kind of going sideways here. 5-minute putting a doji, 15-minute and inside bar. I still think we get test 22, 47, 25 at some point. Whether we go sideways for a while or we go get it now is more the question for me, I think.
So I think when you're trend line trading, this is one of the things you have to take into consideration here. You do have to sometimes adjust your trend line. Like right now, I have to remove this line. This is the new trend line down, which means it's going to technically be further from my execution point, making it more risky, a higher risk if I were to use that as my stop loss line now. But the red candles were bigger than the green candles lately on this chart, so I'm going with the probability I'm in short, and I think that's the current direction.
US 30 back under its opening print. RTY making new lows for the New York session. NQ trying to put in a strong bar. Yes, not as much. Trader Joe, I think this is like this is a good idea, rule of thumb. I like that. And if it's working for you 100%, I think that's great. Stick to it. One thing I would maybe just consider is make sure you're letting your, I don't know how well you hold your winners, but if you're just going to take the one win and walk away, maybe you have a profit target that you set on the day. But just either make sure your risk rewards there, so the days that you're losing twice aren't totally erasing a day that you would have one winner. Because if you get into a little bit of a losing streak, it can kind of be hard to dig out of that drawdown. So just make sure, maybe, I don't know whether you keep a runner, just try to make sure you're maximizing your winners, that they're bigger than your losers. So one losing day doesn't erase more than one winning day, that kind of thing. Just make sure you're looking at those numbers a bit, if you know what I mean. Or just give yourself like a small portion of your profits to risk on that, try to get a second win or something like that. Just try to make sure, whether, look at your win rate, look at all that good stuff, and factor that in. 1 to 2 every trade setup. I go break even 1-1. Yep, I like that. I will move break even 1 to 1 pretty often as well. All right, NQ looking like it wants to give us new highs here. We'll see. We're back testing those highs.
Okay, gold. I'm completely out of gold now.
Okay, so you're flat.
I ran out of gold.
Did you close the futures trade too?
Sure.
I just making sure you remembered. That's all.
Yeah, it's right next to the screen, so I moved it over. I can't miss it, but so gold could be a re-entry point. I wonder if it's going to try to use this trend line as a bounce. What's he going to do? He's going to bounce off that line. Or is he going to break through it?
We are an hour into the New York session, everybody. It's a little time check. Make sure your mentals are okay. Lots of trading action left in the day. If you feel like you've missed out on something, stay patient. And while you're at it, go buy NQ longs to give me the liquidity to push this just a little bit higher for me. That would be great. JK. You'd be buying the high on the day. I don't know if I suggest that. Come on! Don't fail as high again. Just pop through it. I ended up adding into this bad boy here, trying to get, once I realized I needed to get to like 3,600, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna add a little bit into this. So if it pops new highs, I think I'll get there. Look, I can go flat right now and I'd be at like 32 or 3,300 bucks, but I'm like, give me a little more. This consistency rule.
Are you only in the one trade? lost track.
So on my I'll show. I'm on my. So my average price has gotten a lot worse because I've added into this. Oh, there we go. Let's see. So this is my only one on this on my FunderPro futures account here. And then I have like the NVIDIA calls on my options account and some SPY calls that are both doing pretty well. All right, so where we do? Oh no, I accidentally went flat. I clicked the wrong X. All right, well, I went flat at my balance is at 53,469.
Woo.
Which is a bit of a bummer because I think I need like another $130 or so, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna wait and see if I'm within the consistency roll or try to make another $130.
Come on, Tyler. Come on, do it.
Yeah, I think I will. But I'm just mad I accidentally went flat. I'm like, because if it gave me a little more of the pop to the target, I think we get there. So hold on, where? Let's see. They made new highs, but we didn't get there. Maybe I'll add. We'll risk a little bit.
Do something really fun for the viewers. Let them decide if you go long or short. $100 potentially from passing. Let the viewers decide. I can flip a coin for you.
I don't know. I like went to maybe I passed because I went to take a trade and it didn't take it. I was gonna throw the longs back on, but it didn't. It like I tried it twice and it didn't take it. So I'm thinking maybe does it? I think it just locks you when you hit if you pass. Thinking maybe I passed.
And everybody viewing, didn't you say that if you passed, you would split your profits with everybody?
Yeah.
Pretty sure you
We
said
gotta
that.
make something first, right?
Everybody, go ahead and give us your address so Tyler can.
I mean, I am pretty happy that as soon as the FunderPro futures went live here, the first three, I think it's the third, maybe fourth live stream, was able to pass the challenge here. So over the last few live streams, we've made $3,469. So good stuff on that. Good stuff on that. I would absolutely love if they said to me, "Hey, you passed, and you're the first one to pass." I'd be like, "Woo!"
I know. You should get like a big trophy for that.
I know. We got to have like a firework graphic going off. Sending Justin Brock says, sending cash up. Oh, it's funny. Listen, here's what I'll tell you. If FunderPro upgrades me from the 50K account to the 200K account, and they let me trade the funded 200K, then yeah, I'll split my profits with the OG stream homies.
Okay.
I think that math would work out where it should end up making out that way.
Let your wife know about that decision.
Well, listen, we're going from a 50K to a 200K. So we're, 4 times the capital should mean that, potentially 4 times the profit. So then if you're giving up half of that, I'm still making out with 2 times profit that I would have on a single 50K account. Is that making sense? Is that mathing? So really, I'm trying to look out for me here, but you guys get to eat too. Also, I will have this video wiped from the internet. Don't you even doubt me. Well, good stuff, guys. I don't know if anybody took the NQ longs with me. The entry, we could do a little bit of a trade review here. So the entry, what we're looking at here is the 5-minute in the 2 minute. So the 5 minute is on the right and the 2 minute is on the left. But basically, we had this first 5 minute bar, which was strong out of the gate. I mentioned we had the level here at 21,888.50, and then the upper target at 21,992. And then I also have another level which I haven't marked, but it was at right around 2147-ish, like right here. So these were kind of my 3 levels that I was watching. This first 5 minute bar is our opening. So we have our opening print here, which I also watched. But anyway, we had this strong kind of 5 minute bar out of the gate. We had divergence around the indexes. And there are 2 things that I saw playing out. One of which being the 3-bar play, which I talk about pretty frequently, which is a trend bar, strong trend bar in either direction, and then an inside bar that closes near the highs, or if it was a bearish 3-bar play, it would be an inside bar that closes near the lows. So from the 5 minute, we got the strong trend bar, a little bit of wick on top, not ideal, but not terrible. And we are kind of forming this potential 3-bar play at the time. As I was watching that, I'm watching the 2 minute. The 2 minute popped, kind of faded, and we were putting in this hammer candle on the 2 minute bar. So based off of, when I first started trading, I would always wait for these things to trigger. Like I would want to break over this 2 minute high for me to enter, and then I would use a stop under that 2 minute low. But now with having years of experience, I'll tend to try to anticipate these things a little bit and maybe give myself a little bit of a better entry, better price. So as this pulled back and we were getting the wick on this 2 minute bar, I was kind of anticipating that we could see a 2 minute potential higher low. That 2 minute buy did end up triggering. Now we kind of rejected. This is when I thought we may fail back down in the opening print in this consolidation here, but that 2 minute buy ended up holding underneath this low, which is my stop was under this low right here. And then we ended up putting in a 4-bar play, which is the trend bar, the inside bar that closes near the highs, and then a double inside bar. So we had the double inside bar. So when we got the break over the double inside bar, we got a nice little pop with continuation there. So this was the entry down here. We were able to ride it up to the upper target. Took our first trims at 21,992. Actually added into it, trying to push it here, thinking we'll get to 22,047, and we didn't get quite there. But yeah, that was the long thesis on NQ today. Just with trend, waited for a solid potential entry. It ended up working out, thankfully. So good stuff there. Good stuff there.
Good.
Dave Lightfoot said, how to have the trades plotted on the charts for review when you close out. Only traded the system for 2 days on the 200K challenge, up 1K. Nice, Dave. So I'm assuming, are you talking to Funder Pro Futures, Dave? Now, the one thing that I'll say, I'll leave this up here actually. The one thing I'll say about the Funder Pro Futures is the platforms are a little bit new to me too. So I'm still learning those. I actually wanted to reach out to, they have like the live support here, this help tab. If you look, Dave, so the one I'm on is the web platform. There's a couple other ones that you can do. Brian mentioned he got the mobile app. I'm using the web platform in my dashboard. And I actually meant to do this the other day. If you go to help, you could go to live chat. But it was like real early in the morning. They weren't open yet. So after stream today, I wanted to go to live chat and I wanted to ask them a few things and mostly about just like the navigation on the platform, as well as navigation on the platform, as well as some things like you mentioned there, Dave, having your trades plot on the platform. Brian and I were looking through this the other day. and you could see all your orders and like your account stuff. Brian, was that on the dashboard? Do you remember?
Yes.
Do you remember we were looking dashboard and you could pass challenges.
Let me look. Yeah, so go to your account. You'd have to go I guess to subscriptions and go wherever your account is. It says passed.
Oh, does it? Okay, nice. We passed, baby. That's sick. That's awesome. It just auto passes you and locks you out. I don't think
Or
a lot
is
of the
it
other ones don't do that.
Dashboard, and then when
I
you
was
go to
wondering, I was like, the
history,
web platform's gone. Why is the web platform gone all of a sudden? But yeah,
your
so it
account's
shows
under
that I
review
passed
for
that
passing.
challenge. Good stuff, baby.
Try the dashboard there, Tyler. And then then click your account there where it says FDB. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
And then in the upper right corner, it's either historical or report, one of those two.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Report. Okay. So yeah, here's the data, guys, on this account for me. I started off first day good, up like $800, and then I actually hit the daily drawdown. And we've talked about this with the futures account, and this is one thing that I really like about this that I think is very pro trader is the daily drawdown only being a soft breach. So right, I started off first day, I had a good day, I was up like almost $800. Then I had $1,000 losing day. So I hit the soft breach, got locked out. So I was down, a few $100, and then I've been able to climb back from there and hit the target. So that's good stuff there. That's an example of the soft breach being trader friendly. But Dave, to your point, so you can see each order that you place and the time. So like, I know manually plotting them is not like ideal. It would be awesome if there's a way that you could just kind of auto plot them. But so if you go in your dashboard, click on your account and go into this, the history, you can see all of your orders here. And just so you guys can see, everything's been MNQ. So it shows you don't have to, a lot of people will like to size up on NQ, and sure you can, but you can scale in and out with more MNQ contracts and keep your risk down. Is one way to do it. So that's the history, Dave. But yeah, so we'll be back streaming again on Friday. I'm gonna try to get on, and you can do the same thing. Get on here and go to the live chat and just ask them some questions about the platform. The platform is not as well known, other than like some of the navigation where like how you expand the price and zoom in and out. Some of that stuff I don't like. I hope you can change those settings. But outside of that, I really like the platform. Even the web browser, I like how it's attached to your dashboard. Super easy to get in and out of. You don't have to like load up some separate thing. So a lot of good stuff about it. Just a little bit of a learning curve. Cole said, I don't like how to pay during a challenge to get COMEX data. Yeah, I know that's a little bit different. If you like to trade US 30, which would be YM, I believe that's under the COMEX. I'm not sure. Is gold under that too, Brian? Do you remember? It might be under that, or it might be under a different one. I can't remember. But I know the data for YM and gold are separate.
It is.
So I'm not sure. That's we'll see how they go about that. We'll see if they keep it that way or if they decide to add one of those data feeds with it or not. When we noticed that the other day, I brought it up to them and they said, it's something that they're keeping an eye on. They wanted to see, I guess, how big the demand is for it. So yeah, I mean, if you're somebody who likes to trade YM, you like to trade gold, and you think that data should be included, reach out to FunderPro, let them know that you'd like to have that included. Cole, is that you said? Yeah, is that YM or gold? Which one, Cole?
Gold is on the COMEX.
COMEX, okay.
Yeah,
so maybe that's what Cole's referring to.
Yeah.
Andrew, my target retrieved on nice, man. Futures, the futures are Forex.
Forex, account. I think he was doing.
I thought he was doing Forex too.
Yeah, he was waiting to go long on gold while I was shorting it. While you were talking, I too hit my target. I went back, played a long candlestick, got my money back. So
I forgot I had my
I
SPY
had to
up.
take a stop loss a moment ago, but I got that back on a big green candle.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I'm over here talking about the account. I forgot I had the SPY calls on. I'm like, ah, dang it. We're getting a pullback on SPY here.
Ah.
Yeah, they're actually holding up pretty good. I'm gonna hang on to them, see if we can just hold here. But yeah, guys. So there's the orders. I had one losing day, and I think 4 winning days is what I think it took. You can see it's my first challenge with FunderPro Futures. How many trading days? So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, all right. So a total of 7 trading days. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 winning days, 1 losing day on the FunderPro Futures account.
That's really good. Good for
Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to start trading the funded account. I'll keep trading the funded account on stream with you guys. See, I don't know. I don't know if anybody else has passed their futures account, but we'll see if we can get it to a payout here on live. That would be awesome. Cole says gold. Every other firm I use has it built in. Yeah, I thought most firms had it built in. I'll definitely put in the word that some of the people on stream would like to see that added in.
Yeah, that's why I did that little add-on for that data feed.
Yeah, which I mean, I think it's $12 something. It's obviously it's not bad. One winning trade or one payout easily covers that. But I do understand that if it's included elsewhere, that's what you're used to. That's definitely something you would like to see. I totally get that.
Totally agree.
NQ got to 2242, but 5 points away from my upper target. We'll see if it still goes and tags it. Brian, I can throw your screen back on. I lost my charts by passing the account here.
I know what.
Gold kind of sticking to that. Well, I guess yeah. We were putting in those lower highs, popped to new highs here. Wonder if it starts to reverse this trend back to uptrend here.
I went long while you were going through that report. I went long about right here when it broke that line. So as you can see, I think that's pretty much what I started off with at the beginning of the live stream. I think when London started that was at 195, perhaps. So it's good, this short I was doing ended up just didn't go far enough for me to take a partial. So I ended up hitting a stop loss, exited, reversed my trade patiently, not immediately, got that stop loss back and a quick little 5-minute candle. And then I completely exited out right there. And I exited out because, you cannot say gold is not ranging right now.
Yeah.
It's obviously ranging. So that I'm still actually long on my futures. So I did the same entry point on the futures gold. And I've been partialing out actually on that one. No big dollars to brag about. I think it went up about $100, and I went in on 4 contracts. So I think I parsed out 2 so far. Just trying to make a few bucks on it.
Nice, good stuff. Yeah, I love your I love your flexibility, like your willingness to not get committed to one bias or the other. It's a little bit of an
Thanks.
issue that I can have at certain times where I get, kind of convince myself of one way
Mm.
or the other instead of taking that step back and
Yeah.
be willing to put a trade on in the other direction when you're wrong. I think is
I
an extremely valuable skill to have
yeah.
as a trader, as long as you don't overdo it, right? But I think
Right.
if you can be flexible like that, it's great.
I was horrible about it 12 months ago.
It's been something you've been working on.
I've been working on it. It was a very psychological, downfall of mine. So I really hear what you're saying. Um, when I began reading more about why do 80 to 90% of day traders fail, one of the biggest reasons is because they cannot change their mind in the middle of a
Hmm.
trade. They get too hell bent on, I set my take profit, I set my stop loss, I'm not out till it hits one of them. It's like, okay, and then you're still biased to that direction potentially. Change your mind.
Yep. Yep.
Nothing's wrong with changing your mind as long as, like you said, you control it and don't just keep going back and forth. You do have to have parameters. Like I got out of that short and I waited, what, 5, 10, probably 12 minutes. Now, for someone who's trading intraday on the 5-minute chart, 12 minutes could be a big deal, and it was.
Yeah.
And then I feel happy, because I did good in London during the New York session. I lost a little bit, but then I gained it right back. And going back on a question one of the viewers had earlier, what decides when I'm fully done? Uh, this is kind of a good example. I could potentially be done right now for the day
Mhm.
and just
Mhm.
say, hey, London treated me well, New York not so much, but let's just.
Still,
How do you
yeah,
want to
still end
finish
up
your day?
still green on
Happy
the
or
day,
bad?
yeah.
But I'm also not, Tyler, when I was reading more up on why the majority of day traders fail, and that one big point is they can't change their mind, it made me think, okay, I told myself, if you want to be like that 90%, then just don't change your mind. Just keep being that way. Because
Mhm.
a couple months ago, I started seeking out, you know, what do that top 5 or 10% of successful day traders do? What do they do differently? Well, right out of the gate, they don't do what the other 80% do.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and you have to consider, uh, therefore, 80 to 90% of the people you listen to, whether it's a YouTube influencer, not to insult anyone out there, but most are going to be wrong.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
uh, you,
Yeah,
you
I
have to
think I
understand.
think looking at trading that way is a really good way to do it. And it's like, okay, all these people fail. What are all these people doing? And then like purposely just trying to do the opposite of what most people do. Is one good way to figure out how to be successful in trading, for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
NQ is faded back down into the 21,992 level. ES has pulled back a little bit as well. RTY remains to be the weakest index, and YM below its opening print as well. So we'll see if we start to fade this up move today, or if we get some sideways action here for a little while. For the sake of my options contracts, I hope we get a little bit of sideways before making a new high. But we shall see. One trade a day, Andrew said. One trade has helped me a lot to improve. Back on trading 5 times a day. Yeah, Andrew, I definitely still can struggle with that sometimes. Really trying to be precise and stick to that one high quality trade a day, I think is a great skill. I think that's really hard for most people to do. Just requires patience, requires discipline not to keep trading, um and really that's why when some people say trading is like easy or simple, like it really is. You could you can improve your trading by just doing less of something, by literally, you know what I mean, taking things away. It's not like, oh, I got to work harder, or trading doesn't necessarily reward you on how hard you work. It does in a sense where it rewards you in how hard you work off the charts to prepare, to review, to study, to do all those things. Like, it rewards you in that sense. But like, sitting there and taking more trades in order to try to make more money, because you look at that as working harder or doing more, a lot of times can be a bad thing. And most people, if you think about it, our whole lives, or at least our adult lives, you work a job where, like, the whole point, the person who's paying you hourly or salary, like, the last thing they ever want you to do is do nothing. Like, they want you to, they're paying you, right? You gotta be productive. You gotta constantly be doing something. So like, we're sort of conditioned as human beings to always feel like we need to be doing something, especially when we're making money. In order to make money, I got to be doing something. When in trading, sometimes it can be quite literally the opposite, where it's like, no, man, you literally need to just like sit here and just do less and just be more patient and take less trades, and stick to your one setup, and like, start taking things away, do less. And it just goes against, like Brian was saying, 90% of people fail. It just goes against human instinct and nature, where you really have to get your brain sometimes to think how much, like, less really is more. And I think that's one of the hardest parts of trading for a lot of people. And I'm definitely one of them. I can sit there and try to force trades all day long. And if you're like a scalper, and like Brian said, if you have a good feel for the market and you're able to kind of float in and out and keep your risk in check and not let it put you on tilt if something goes wrong. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with trading multiple times or 5-10 times a day if that's your style. But you just got to find what works for you. Nice little rally from NQ off the level.
So oil in futures is the instrument I'm studying right now for futures.
Okay.
It tends to go just different than gold. It doesn't go along with it. It doesn't go against it. It's just a whole different other instrument.
They're not correlated, essentially.
Right.
Yeah.
And I chose that because if gold's ranging or doing something weird, I want to know I have another totally unrelated and not just the clear opposite of gold of an instrument to go trade. So I've been putting in a lot of study the last week or so on oil. I've studied it before, and studying just means chart time. It just
just watch. Yeah.
Yeah. What does a liquidity graph look like?
So when you say study, do you essentially mean, okay, so you're trading gold, so now on another screen you have the oil chart up, so you're watching its price action live and taking note of it and marking up its charts and that kind of thing? Or are you going back and doing like a replay at like past times, or are you just watching it live?
Both. So I'm doing the replay and I'm watching it live. Live lets me tap into my psychology and emotions a little more than a replay.
Yeah, I feel that.
Makes sense. Yeah, and so not really a replay, like like watching film. I don't do the replay, but I just go back and look at the chart history. Means I'm going to go in there, set some of my key levels, apply my trading strategy, set my trend lines. How does it perform? Gold, my sweet spot on gold is gold's version of 50 pips on Forex. I've kind of learned where that sweet spot is on futures now for gold. Meaning, you have to know on each instrument, when is a profit a solid take profit time, right? Like the other day when you and I were trading on Friday live, and I dabbled in, was it the NAS? I think it was in Q. No, it was the S&P 500 micro mini. Yeah,
S&P.
Yeah, and you helped me on the. I think I went in around that 60-32 range, and you were telling me when it was kind of going to be exhausted, probably. And that was good. You know, that you were right. Like I've gone back and saw its exhaustion points on just quick intraday trading. You know, 50
Yeah.
pips is gold's way in Forex. It's a good profit. It's a lot of times gold, if gold's going to go to 30 pips, it's going to make it to 50 a lot of the times. Once it hits 50, watch out. It might not go further. It likes to turn.
Yeah. Yeah. It has that average range.
Uh-huh. So, yeah, exactly. The average range. Oil, I'm learning it. I like it. I really like it. And the fact that it just doesn't show correlation to gold. And that's what I want. Because I put a lot of hours at the trading desk because I'm not working another job.
Mm-hmm.
With that said, you know, it helps to have another instrument to look at in case your primary is just flat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I agree on that.
And now that FunderPro has futures, it's awesome because I can sit here and trade with the same firm.
Yeah.
And, you know, just fill my day up like that.
Yep. I like it. I like it. Yeah, I'm interested to see how you do with gold and how that journey plays out a little bit. I'll definitely be excited to see how that goes over the next coming weeks here. That's a nice if you guys are watching the future charts right now, that 21,992 level on NQ held beautifully, getting in a rally here back to the highs.
Go ahead and switch over to that. I don't
Well,
mind
I don't
looking at
have,
that.
so I'm like, once my chart went away. Once I passed the challenge,
yeah.
so
I guess I
my
could bring
futures
it up.
chart went away. Like the web trading platform, like I can click on platforms and it shows me like the volume system, vol systems and stuff. But my web one went away just because I think once you pass, they like deactivate the account.
Well, we only have about
Yeah, we're about 5 minutes
minutes.
here. But yeah, if you look at the chart, you know, I showed the levels earlier here. But yeah, 21,992. Really nice hold of that level here. I think we go tag 22,047. We can get to new highs here, but we'll see. We'll see.
Well, Tyler, that's going to be really awesome if you are the first, or at least one of the first people to pass on the futures platform with FunderPro, and you're the live stream guy.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I'm curious. Obviously, if somebody else has already done it, that's cool. That's
cool. Then we need to have them on.
But yeah, I mean, I think we've been live now for only about a week here. Obviously, somebody could have passed in 3 days. I don't know.
Yeah. Were they live streaming their pass?
But I would imagine, yeah, I'd imagine I'd have to be.
Passing.
Yeah, I'd imagine I'd have to be one of the first, at least one of the first few.
So the clips are going to be.
Question here: based on your experience in gold, please can you talk about the characteristics of gold? Yeah, I mean, Brian, this is definitely more a question for you, and I don't know if this is easy to necessarily just answer. I feel like, you know, being on the stream and hearing everything you've said over the last several months is really probably what you need to kind of start to learn and get those characteristics of gold. I know Brian likes to trade it in London, but if you have anything to add to that, please feel free.
So a big characteristic of gold is when it's in profit for yourself. If you came in at the correct entry point, it does like to shift. It can do runners, and it can also change its mind. And I like that 50 pip range as a positive way out, oftentimes. And then I let a runner go past 50 pips. Different terminology if you're using futures, of course, but the measurements are the same.
Yeah. Futures, a lot of times you'll hear either points or ticks. Sometimes ticks on the indexes
are typically
like 0.25, and then points are just, you know, one whole number.
Gold will also do a lot of, it can do some very far out liquidity grabs. So once you start getting into the higher time frames on the 1 hour and the 4 hour, you can get these wicks, these liquidity grabs that you have to watch out for in your stop losses. And you certainly don't want to be trading gold anytime near news. Even if you're a swing trader, I hate that. I have a personal account, and you can get stopped out. You can lose a lot of money trading gold during a news event. And gold is a safe haven, commodity. It's a safe haven for investors, for banks, for institution money. So when they pull their money out of the stocks, or the USD starts going flat, gold starts pumping on a long-term trend up, and then vice versa. That's the biggest characteristic that I follow on the fundamentals for gold, is it's opposite behavior to many stocks and many financial indexes. But I think that makes sense. If you Google it, you're going to see the word safe haven. It's a safe haven metal.
Well, the ES and NQ both putting in red bars. We're still stuck in their ranges here. ES did kind of just sweep to a new low, but now it's starting to hold. NQ did not sweep to a new 5-minute low there. So we'll see what happens here. I think we maybe have put in the majority of the move today. I mean, obviously that's not guaranteed, but kind of some rangy sideways action for at least a little while wouldn't be super surprising. We're gonna get ready to wrap up the stream here. Oh, there was a question I wanted to answer. Shadow Zoos said, "You guys stream every day?" Currently, we stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We didn't stream this Monday because of the holiday in America and the stock market being closed and stuff. So every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But I think we're starting to grow a little bit. We're starting to get some more viewers. If we can continue to grow, hopefully we can move to a point where we are doing every day. We'll see. If you guys want us to do every day, let FunderPro know on social media and stuff that you'd like to see more of the stream. But as of right now, we do Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Typically do the New York session 15 minutes before New York opens till about this time here. We normally do about 2 hours. We've talked about maybe adding in a London session every now and then. But we will see. We'll see how it progresses. We're starting slow, see if we can get a little bit of momentum behind it, and if people are enjoying it and finding value from it and that sort of thing. So hopefully you guys are. I think Brian and I talked about this a little bit earlier. I think we're both starting to feel a little bit more comfortable doing it and comfortable with our trading while on stream, that sort of thing. So we'll keep it rolling. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying. Doobie, how you doing, Doobie? We're doing well. Keel said, "That's how I remove my break-even phase in my trading journey. Should I focus on gold only to get in profitable phase? What do I suggest?" So I'm assuming right now that you're just focusing on gold. And if you're at a break-even phase, I would say make sure you're journaling your trades, you're reviewing all of your trades, you're gathering that data of all of your past trades, and then takes the time to kind of analyze it and see how you can refine what you're doing to get that to a profitable point. I don't necessarily suggest saying like, oh no, go add in the indexes or go add in this or whatever it may be. I think if you're at a break even point in your trading and you're only focusing on gold, that you're this close. So more than anything, track your data and journal it, journal your trades and review them in depth, and then see what tweaks you can make. Like, oh, where can I improve? What can I do better? Do I need to use a little less size? Do I need to hold a runner a little bit longer because I'm not catching as much of the move that I possibly could? Really like dive into your current data and see what you can do to refine it. And maybe it's something as simple as like, oh, I trade pretty good most of the time, but I'm a terrible trader on Fridays. For some reason, my losing days are always on Friday. Just don't trade Fridays, right? So really look at your data and look for any trends or any things that you notice that you can refine. And once you do that, once you've kind of done that, or if you've done that, at that point, if you feel like you need to do something else to become profitable, maybe start looking at, another instrument. It doesn't even need to be drastically different. It could be, maybe you look at gold and silver now, or maybe you look at gold and platinum now or something, and you start to notice a correlation between the two and use that to your advantage. So that would be the advice I have for that. When do you think is the best session for trading gold? We've talked about this a little bit. I think we all pretty much agree London and early New York. But once London closes, a couple hours into New York, like around right now, sometimes gold volume can start to slow down. Doesn't necessarily mean that there can't be moves now, but I think Brian agrees. Basically, London through right now are his favorite time to trade gold.
Yeah, definitely London. You get smooth moves. You don't get a lot of liquidity grabs, not a whole lot of institutional money, but you get solid theoretical strategies occurring. And then right before New York, a little bit pre-New York, it dies out. Very, very crazy when New York opens. I like to be out of gold oftentimes. I don't like to be in gold right when New York opens.
Yeah.
But like Tyler said, right up to about now. Now is the time of day where in New York, London is closing out, and New York will start behaving a bit more like London was behaving, hours and hours ago. So you get that going for you. If I have it in me and trades are going well, then I'll continue to trade for several hours off and on. Some light trading,
Yeah. And even the New York session, I mean, this is just this is well documented in the all over the internet if you've ever looked at any trading stuff. But New York gets its a big push of volume early in the morning, and then right around now it starts to fade, which is kind of why we wrap the stream up around now. Volume starts to fade kind of through that lunch period over the next couple hours here, and then volume picks back up during the afternoon. So if you could just imagine, retail traders around the world, they trade that high volume. After they've taken their trades, maybe they're still holding on to runners or whatever it may be, but they're getting lunch, they're taking a little break off the charts, and then they come back to trade the afternoon or manage their trades, whatever it may be. It's kind of like that normal human cycle throughout the New York session when it comes to volume.
Yeah.
But does anybody have any other questions before we wrap it up for the day? Like I said, we'll be back on Friday, and take advantage of the FunderPro futures launch deal that they have going. You can trade up to 5 accounts, copy trade up to 5 accounts at a time. You can trade up to $1 million in capital, and no activation fees on those accounts for the rest of January. So you got about a week to go to take advantage of that. So if you guys haven't yet, take advantage of that. I should be trading my funded futures account on the next stream, and hopefully we can keep it rolling together. But thank you guys for tuning in, and we will catch you guys on Friday. Peace out, everybody.